Hi, my friends. Are you ready to decorate for August, like right before we get to fall? Today's video, I've got two mantles and a sideboard to show you, and I cannot wait. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life. At any age, always on a budget. You know, I'm going to be 75 this year, and I just say it because if I can do it, I know you can do it too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank all my wonderful friends and subscribers that take the time to comment on my videos. I so appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss different themes every month. And then I do decor and tables and paper crafts all around those themes. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. So you guys know I have two mantles in my house. One fireplace, two mantles. My white fireplace is going to be all with a tropical look. I thought that would be really cool for August. Because remember, this is fantasy vacation. If you have suffered all summer in the heat, staying at home, staying inside, and you can't afford to go on vacation or can't go on vacation, I know my husband can't fly, so we don't go on vacation, but you can create some fun in your house. And so one of my themes is going to be tropics. So I'm going to do a tropical looking fireplace. I can't wait to show you. The one in the den, you know, that's Indiana Jones. I'm going to have a safari display for you on my mantle with the zebra cloth and the traveler's notebooks and all of that. And then on my little side table, I'm also going to do a beautiful tribute to the Southwest, to the succulents and to the beautiful pottery and all of that. So I'm going to have all three of those for you today: tropical, safari, and Southwest. I cannot wait to show you. And this might be a theme for one of your parties or a table you're doing, or, you know, to me, it's just inspiration to spark more inspiration. Anyway, I hope you love these. I hope you get so inspired most of all, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome to my decor for August, and it's all about fantasy vacations. This first mantle here in my new white living room, which is, it changes what you put up in your display, because you just can't do all white. It doesn't show up. So anyway, I'm kind of learning as I'm going. This is about tropical. So a tropical fantasy vacation could be to Bali. It could be to Bahamas. It could be somewhere where there's elephants, coral, fan palm trees, white sands. Anyway, tropical vacations, you know, those are the ones that are so relaxing. They're usually centered around the beach. So relaxing, so peaceful, and I want to convey that in my display, but make it very tropical looking. If you set this up and fix yourself, I don't know, a tropical meal, you'll just have that little taste of a vacation. Anyway, let's look at my mantle. Now, I have my two elephants. These are elephant planters I got at, I think it was Marshall's. I think Marshall's or Home Goods years and years ago. I have my faux orchid plants in there. You know, my whole key to doing these faux orchids where they look real is to do it yourself. The ones you buy with 15 stems of perfect flowers never looks real. So I start with the base of one of these that have the leaves like an orchid plant, a couple stems of this crazy willowy looking stuff, and I tie it onto a little bamboo pole and then fill in the bottom and then bend the orchids so they kind of go every which way. I think that makes them look really real. And then I have one on this side too. And I only do 2 to 3 branches. I think these just have 2 branches in them, but I fill it in with that willowy looking stuff too. So I like to bookend, in other words, give an ending to your display. So it forces your eye to look at the focal point in the middle. Otherwise, your eye tends to just run off the mantle. And you don't have to put stuff on the whole mantle either. I like to do lanterns or candlesticks or some kind of floral situation on both sides. In the center, I have a little statue. I don't know if that's from Bali or where it's from. I got it from Home Goods. or Marshalls or TJ Maxx, I can't remember, a long time ago. I take 2 of my gigantic faux fan palms. I got these at Z Gallery years ago on sale, and they're really hard to store because you don't want to bend them, but at the same time they're very dramatic. That's why I like them. And then I just put my little pieces of coral there. Okay, so anyway, this is my tropical mantle. I think it's so cool. You could make it Hawaiian if you wanted to. You can make it like Laguna Beach, California. All right, now we're going to leave the beach and we're going to go on safari. Let's go take a look. All right, we are now in my den and we are on safari. This is another fantasy vacation a lot of people have, to go on safari and see the beautiful wild animals and the nature. Anyway, for this display, I always like to make it look kind of antique and old looking, kind of like out of Africa looking. This is one of my scans that I made, you guys. You can paint these. I'm going to have a video later this month showing runners and tablecloths, and I'm going to show you how to paint this. It's so easy. The sloppier you do it, the better. It's not an exacting craft because nature's never exacting. I have my little, instead of my trunk, I have a little box here with some Excelsior in it. We have some African wine. We have some fan palms, binoculars. These are my dad's old binoculars. Some pictures of the Jungle Cruise, which I added a sepia tone to and just mounted them on this little black pieces of paper. That's what these are. Here's my travel notebook. We're going to talk about travel notebooks this month. Also, a little wooden rhinoceros. And I have some more photos over here, along with my little monkey. And I love this. And he's holding some grapes in his little container. It's rustic. It's old looking. It just gives that feeling of going on safari, going on a wild and crazy trip. And if you can't do that and you're close to Disneyland, go on the Jungle Cruise. I just went on that at my birthday last year, and it's one of my favorite rides. It is so fun. You feel like you've actually gone on vacation. All right. Time to leave the African drums and the roaring lion. And now time to go to the calm and peaceful and beautiful Southwest in America. Let's go take a look. All right, we've gone to the Southwest. I started this display with my little weathered bench. You guys, this is at Hobby Lobby. They carry it almost all the time. If you do displays, if you don't want to do a tiered tray, do a little rustic bench. You can do it for spring, for gardens. You've seen me do it in springtime. You can use it for summer. You can, with red, white, and blue. You can use it for fall, Halloween. You can use it for Christmas. Put a Santa on here. I really hope you get a tiered tray or a little trunk or this little bench, and you do at least do one little display monthly in your home. You could put faux sweets on it, all kinds of things. Anyway, my inspiration was weathered Southwest. And what do I think of when I think of Southwest? I think of jewelry, turquoise jewelry. I got out all my, this is all faux. You guys, I don't know how many of you used to shop at Steinmart, but I got all of this from Steinmart on sale, like under $10 each. I miss that store all the time. Anyway, let's see what we did here. So I wanted to kind of start the color theme here with a terracotta plate, and then one of these melamine plates from Hobby Lobby. It reminds me of kind of a Southwest tile pattern. Okay, so I have the one plate there, and then I just put the other terracotta plate down here, and I added some terracotta pots. Here's one with cactus, and I brought out my succulents. I like to combine these Southwest plants with succulents. I think it looks so cool. So here on the bench, I have my plates, I have this little cactus plant, and I have my jewelry just draped over. You know, what a cool display we keep this beautiful jewelry in drawers, hidden away, to really set it out and enjoy. I've done this on a tiered tray also, and it came out beautiful. And again, I just have some succulents. Here's one of my necklaces. I have a lot of crosses. Here's one with all the colors that's in the plate there. Another turquoise cross. Here's a heart. This is one of my favorite ones. This has got black, silver, and turquoise on it. Here's another little cross here, and then some turquoise beads. Again, these are all faux, but you can take a whole different take on this. If you have a little collection of faux cactuses or pottery, you could put that out. You could add some little sand to the display and put some candles. I mean, you can do so many things in these little displays on a little side table, just to give you a little lift every month and make every month special. I think it's adorable. You could put photographs in here, pictures, postcards. You could do all kinds of things. So today we've traveled from Bali to Africa to the Southwest. And now I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you had a great trip. I hope you loved this and got inspired, and you will think about doing a fantasy vacation in your own home. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.